Hey there, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa with Foote Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. I really appreciate the time that you guys all take to come in and pay attention to the live videos we do. I try to provide information that are things that people ask me questions about. And so today I wanted to talk about a lot of times we talk about all different kinds of crazy things, or maybe just little questions that people have about real estate, about closing, about mortgages, about buying houses, selling houses. And today I wanted to talk for a few minutes about what the role of a title company is. Because a lot of people have no idea what a title company does and why it's important for you to understand that and for you to make that choice. So you work really hard. There's three very serious components and three very important partners in buying your house. And there's some things you need to know about that. So you spend a lot of time making this decision about what house you want to buy, where you want to live, where you want your kids to go to school, what neighborhood works for you. And so before you actually get out on those decisions, the first thing you really need to do is pick that mortgage lender that you feel comfortable with, that's going to be able to take all your personal information and determine what you can afford. Because your ability to make an offer on a home is going to be specifically reliant on the fact that you can qualify for that loan. So your mortgage lender is a very important piece of the puzzle. Your real estate agent is a very important piece of the puzzle, because your real estate agent actually, as a lot of you know, does a lot of research to find exactly what you're looking for and takes you out to look at those things, make certain suggestions, and then helps you formulate the proper offer that works best for you. And then the third most important piece of this puzzle, and the piece that most people don't understand, is the company that does your closing is not just the company that sits at the table with you and makes sure that all of the documents are signed properly and that they're all sent back out to the proper place. There's a lot of things we do before you actually come to closing that make sure all of that part goes really smoothly. And I bring this up because, I get this comment all the time that people have no idea what we do as a title company to make sure that all of that comes together. And so I just want to give you a few pieces, a little overview, and then maybe as we go forward, we'll dig into some of those things over the next couple of weeks. So the first thing that is really important that we do is when you write your contract, your realtor is going to contact us, or you're going to contact us and tell us you want us to do your closing. Now, you legally have the right as the buyer to choose who does your home closing. Hey there, Cecilia. Good morning, and thank you so much for tuning in. And as I say hi to Cecilia, please let me know if you're online with us. Let me know that you're online. And if you find what we're talking about valuable, hit that share button, please, because then you can share with people that you know that I don't know that might find what we're talking about important. So your realtor or you are going to contact us, and more importantly, we'd really like you to contact us and make the choice on who does your closing. And what we do from that moment is we actually go and start searching the title of the property that you're buying. And why do we do that? Because we want to make sure that what you're buying is what you really think that you're buying, that what the seller is offering to sell to you, they really own. And there's lots of things that sounds a little crazy, but there's a lot of little things that could affect that ownership. Was there a previous owner somewhere in the group or in that chain of ownership that maybe maybe passed away, their ownership wasn't properly passed on? Maybe someone now has a right to travel through that property that the seller doesn't know, or the seller didn't tell you about, and that's something really important that you may need to know. Maybe it's not really obvious. Maybe the property lines aren't exactly what you thought they were. And so all of these types of things we're going to find out when we do that title search. Maybe the seller owes more than one mortgage and they only told us about one mortgage. So we want to make sure that those mortgages are all properly paid off and released from that ownership, so you get a property that is totally yours, that no one else has an ownership interest other than you and your new lender. Hey there, Jamie. How are you this morning? Thanks so much for tuning in. So there's lots of things that are working behind the scenes from the moment you write that contract. And from our perspective at a title company side, there's a lot of things we're looking at. So we're doing that title search, and then we're reviewing all of that information to make sure that all of the proper pieces are in place. And you might say, well, gosh, hasn't this been done before through other owners? How could something be missed? Well, human beings make errors and things can get missed. And so every time an ownership changes, a title company is going to review that information to make sure that your ownership is protected and that what you think you're buying is really what you're buying. So that takes a little time. We're doing a little bit of work to check and make sure that all those pieces are falling right into place. And then the other piece that we're doing beforehand, which is very important, which you may know a little bit about, is coordinating everybody. So now you have a realtor, that's your realtor, you have a realtor and a seller, you have your lender, and all of those people have different roles in this process, and our job is to make sure that all those pieces come together for you. So when you come to sit at that closing table, all of those pieces are properly put together, all the numbers are as accurate as all of the information we've got. So we put all of those pieces together, all the numbers together, and we want to make sure that everything runs smoothly for you. And so behind the scenes, we're gathering all those people, all of that information, this title search, we're asking questions, we're getting payoff information from the seller, we're talking to the seller's realtor to make sure that we have all of their information correct, we're talking to your realtor as the buyer to make sure that we understand the contract and we have all those pieces together, we're talking to your lender and making sure that we have all of the information from them that they want to make sure is signed properly. We have to make sure that all the parties can attend at the same time. So we're coordinating all of these pieces behind the scene. So when it seems like all we're doing from your perspective is that we put together everything and you come sit at the table and it looks pretty, there's a lot that goes into making that look pretty. So we coordinate all those pieces, and then a piece after closing that we do is we uncoordinate and send all those pieces out to the right places. So all those documents that you sign, things have to be going in all different directions very timely. We have to pay off the seller's loans and make sure those loans get released. We have to send documents to the courthouse and make sure those documents are recorded properly so that your ownership is documented properly. We have to get documents back to the lender so that they can secure their loan and make sure all of that is done properly. So that's a coordination after closing. The minute you leave, that starts happening. There's a lot of buzz going on and moving things around and making sure things get to the right place. And then finally, the last piece of that puzzle is we are insuring your ownership. So we are insuring with an insurance policy to guarantee that you own that property and that no one else can make a claim against that ownership anytime after you actually take ownership for as long as you own that property. So there's actually 4 overview pieces of that puzzle that we're working on, a lot beforehand, a lot afterwards, to make sure that your ownership is secure. So there's a really important reasons why you choose who does your closing, because as with any other type of business, not all title companies are created equal. So it's very important that you make sure that the company you work with has a lot of tenure, they have a lot of experience and know what they're doing. They don't have claims on their insurance policies, that they have a good reputation in your community, and they've been in your community a while to understand what the nuances of your community are about. So some of those pieces are really important, and I'd love to talk to you more about that. As you can see, a lot of title companies actually collaborate together. Jamie's one of those pieces. She's a title agent that we've worked with that I have a lot of respect for, and there's a lot of good people in our industry, but you need to do your research, and legally as a buyer, you have the right to choose who protects your home ownership and who does your home closing. And I want you to understand that and ask questions if you don't understand. So hopefully I helped you a little bit understand a little bit better about a title company. Like I said, if you found it valuable, please share. And the one thing I do want to tell you is Foote Title Group is all about resources and giving you information to empower you to make your closing simple. So we just uploaded a new piece of information, content on our website. It's first-time home buyers frequently asked questions. Go on there, click on it, download that information. That'll help you with some maybe some other questions that you have. On the buyer's page, seller's page, or realtors and lenders page, there's a resources page that you can go on and download any of that information. There's also a helpful links page that will give you links to all kinds of things in Maryland and Virginia that you may need to have your closing go smoothly. If you're a realtor or a lender, that's a really good resource area for you. So hopefully that helps you guys a little bit today. And if I can answer any questions for you going forward, anybody on my team is very knowledgeable in both Maryland and Virginia, and generally a lot of this information applies across the country. So we'd love to help you. Please go on our website and click and stay in touch with us so we can send you some of these resources on a regular basis. Hope you guys have a fantastic Thursday. I always look forward to talking to you, and I appreciate you tuning in to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa with Foote Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. Have a great day, everybody, and thanks so much for your time today. Bye-bye.